This is Hello Glass with another artist interview. What is your name and are you a glass artist?
Okay. Yes, I started out in scientific, and we do a lot of scientific and artistic work today.
What's your name?
Name is Don Lillie, Lillie.
How long have you been making glass and you consider yourself a master?
I started at the Mayo Clinic October the 1st, 1949. Got drafted in the Korean War and came back and got a 2-year degree at a local college there in Minnesota, and next thing you know, Georgia Tech wanted a glassblower. So I've been a scientific glassblower over half of my life.
Do you consider yourself a master?
No, Tom is the master. I have really fallen behind because I'm from the old school. And here's the difference between a scientific glassblower and a scientific one, is that a scientific man is regimented. He's got to make a certain bend and a certain angle. He's got to make a distance are perfect. And I'm regimented. He blows.
What state do you call home for your glass shop?
Georgia.
Your favorite style or type of glass to create with?
We like to make flames. I make an anticipation, which is a hollow globe with a fetus inside, frosted, and Tom can do just about anything.
Do you own or work under a glass brand or an art name? Lillie Glass?
Lillie Glass, yeah.
Do you make your living solely off glass?
Yes.
If you could collab or make glass with any other artist, who would that be?
That's a good question. I had an ex-competitor, but I don't think we work together. So,
who is that?
Fravel.
What style or technique in glass is hardest for you to do?
The hardest? Yeah. The hardest is a bigger piece. And some of the plate that we use, we've gone down to a smaller size because it takes so much effort and heat, time to pull something off. And so a flame, a torch, those are some of the bigger.
Name 2 people that taught or influenced your glass skills.
Well, now these are scientific people, but the skills, the glass course University of Mayo Clinic is where I started as an apprentice, and his name was Harry Nunemaker, and once I left there, I was on my own because Georgia Tech had never had a glassblower on campus before.
Is there any style or type of glass you want to learn in the future?
At my age, I'm cruising on past experience, and although some of it is obsolete, I really don't have that burning drive that I used to have.
Right. Name 2 glass artists that impress you.
Well, I'm not into art glass very much, and the ones you think are competitors, and so I really don't look up to anyone, although there is some that do a little bit. I'm not into the art society enough yet.
Any type of glass artist. If you had to pick 2 that impress you, what are 2 artists that impress you? Glassblowers.
Glassblowers. Well, my son is the first one. I mean, he's hard to beat, and he amazes everyone, but he does not get out of there. I think there was a glassblower down in Savannah River Plant. Although not an artistic glassblower, he was one of my idols.
Do you know his name?
His name was Randy Searles.
What style or technique in glass amazed you when you first saw it?
I first saw it was the idea of sealing one tube inside the other symmetrically, maybe in multiple outlets. That was in the scientific line. In the artistic, it's just designing something and get the flow and regimentation out of my system, but get the flow where it's more aesthetic. Okay.
Worst injury you ever got making glass art?
The worst thing?
Worst injury.
Worst thing, I think, were a bunch of quartz tubes, which is not oral, and we made something like 100 of those every month for AT&T, and that was a real drag because I'm getting old on my words here now, but on precision, they had to be perfect. We had to make jigs to fit all these tubes in, and they were used to actually form light fibers.
The fiber optics.
Fiber optics.
What do you wish to accomplish in the glass industry?
Well, at my age, I've accomplished a tremendous amount, and right now we have reached a point where I would say we're stagnant. In other words, we've reached a plateau that I'm sort of cut back, time's coming on, but it's still a level flat.
How does a glass fan get a hold of you or get to see your work?
Okay, well, there are some objectives, I guess, and commitments that some of our customers do. Is when you're having 400 people at a meeting and you present one of our pieces, we certainly acknowledge that if you say something about it, we may consider the price a little bit. If you just hand it to somebody, our friction is give them a trophy next year out of the local engraving shop.
Do you have a website?
Yes, our website is lillieglass.com. It's very simple. We've been changing it off and on. Our prices change, but also our techniques and selection has grown tremendously.
And contact is info@lillieglassworks.com.
For emails.
Lillieglass.com.
Yes.
You've got 3 minutes to tell the world whatever you want. Go for it.
The world in general, right?
Yeah, world in general.
Okay, my holdup is I'd like to start a population control society of someplace that I don't give a damn which country you are, but according to the land area and everything, you should be limited to a certain amount of people. Anybody that tries to overreduce, like China, I was there when they had one child, it was working, but it wouldn't work here in the United States. It wouldn't work in India, but it would be a utopian existence if we could get something like that going, because we're going to run out of material and food one of these days just due to population.
This was Hello Glass with another Real Glass Artist interview. Thank you so much for your time.